Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial on this look right here. It's perfect for Christmas Day if you want to be a bit more glam, but it is such an easy, simple makeup tutorial. So yeah, if you want to see how I created this look, then please just keep on watching. So I'm going to start off with the eyes, and I'm just going to be priming them with my Loreal concealer in the shade 1.5. And I'm just going to pop that all over my lid just with my finger, and then I will blend it out with a damp beauty sponge. I'm then going to be taking some of my Makeup Revolution pressed powder, and I'm just going to be popping that over the concealer to set it. So for my crease, I'm going to be taking the shade Royal by MAC, and I'm going to be using this angled shader brush, and I'm just going to pick up a small amount of that shadow, and I'm going to be popping that into my crease as my transition shade. I'm also just going to pop that on the outer half of my eye as well, and then just blend out the edges towards the middle. I'm just focusing it more into the crease and the outer half of my eye. I'm just going to take a clean blending brush just to make sure there's no harsh lines and everything's nice and blended. Next I'm going to be picking up this brown shade with a pencil brush. This is just the brown from my Maybelline the Nudes palette, and again I'm going to be popping that on the outer half of my eye and blending that into the crease as well. Again, I'm just taking blending brush just to blend out that line so it's not so harsh. Next I'm just going to be using the same pencil brush and picking up this black eyeshadow from the same Maybelline the Nudes palette, and I'm going to be focusing that right on the outer half of my eye. Not blending it too much over to the brown because we still want to see that, just literally in the corner just to give it a bit more definition. And then I'm taking a pencil, a shader brush, and blending that out. I'm sort of doing like small circular motions to blend it. I'm then taking a flat shader brush and then picking up this white eyeshadow by MAC in the shade Gesso, and I'm going to be applying that to the inner half of my lid and then blending it across. Really just focusing it on that lid so it's nice and sharp. So this line here, so you've still got definition in the crease, but the lid is going to be like a completely different colour, if that makes any sense. And then I'm just going to take that same pencil brush that we used before just to bring that back over, just to help blend everything together. I'm now just going to take a makeup wipe, and I'm just going to be clearing up all the fallout that we've had under our eye and make sure this line is nice and sharp. For eyeliner I'm going to be using this one by Ciate London. It's called Fierce Flicks, and it's kind of like a felt tip one. I love these ones. I think they're so easy to apply, especially if you don't really know what you're doing and you're a bit nervous. The end of it just makes everything so much easier. So if you do find it hard creating a winged liner and you just don't end up doing it because you just hate it, seriously try one that's got one of these tips. It just makes life so much easier. So I'm just following the line that we created with the eyeshadow. And then as I get into the inner corner of my eye, I'm trying to make that eyeliner very thin, just so it doesn't close up our eye. We still want this to look quite wide and awake. So I'm now just picking up some more of that black shadow on a pencil brush and popping that into, again, the outer half of my eye. So for lashes, I'm going to be applying these ones. They're the Eyelure Wispies in 117. But first I'm going to be applying a small amount of mascara to my lashes. Moving on to face, for primer I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Nude Magique Blur Cream. So I'm just going to pop a small amount onto my fingers and then blend it into from the centre outwards. So I place it everywhere, pretty much like my T-zone, everywhere where I get a little bit oily, and then just blend it out with my fingers. And then I'm going to spray my face with my MAC Fix Plus. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 115, and I'm just going to dot this all over my face and then blend it in with my damp beauty sponge. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I'm just going to be doing a few lines under my eyes, on my chin, forehead, and just on the end of my nose. And then in between that, I'm going to be using my MAC Prep and Prime Concealer in the shade Light Boost, just to give it a bit more highlighted effect. For contour and sort of like warming up my face a little bit, I'm going to be using my MAC Soleil Tan de Chanel. This is a cream bronzer. I'm going to be applying it with my Real Techniques 301 contour brush. I absolutely love using this as a contour at the moment. It's such an easy product to blend out, and it just overall, like when it's done, it just looks so much nicer than using just a regular contour colour, because it is kind of like a bronzy orangey brown. It gives you like a nice glow at the same time as contouring. Sometimes I don't really like to use like a grey toned contour shade, even though it does look a bit natural. I feel like it does wash me out slightly because it has got that grey tone to it. So recently I have been loving just using like an orange based like cream bronzer for my contour. So I've applied that with the brush, and I'm just going to pounce that out with my damp beauty sponge. Just going to apply a little bit on the sides of my nose just to contour. And then I'm just going to take whatever's left on the brush and sort of drag it down under my chin. So I'm now just going to set my whole face with my Makeup Revolution pressed powder. I'm just pouncing that into the skin instead of swiping, just because we don't want to move everything that we've just set down. So I'm just pressing it over the top. To intensify my contour even more, I'm going to be picking up this middle shade from my Iconic London contour set, and I'm just going to be going over that cream product that we just laid down, just to enhance it a little bit more. For blush, I'm going in with my bhcosmetics blush palette, and I'm going to be picking up this like mauvey pinky shade with my Morphe Sculpt brush, and I'm just going to be applying that to the apples of my cheeks. For my under eye, I'm going to be picking up this brown shade again from my Maybelline the Nudes palette, and I'm just going to be smoking out my lower lash line. I'm then just going to get a clean brush just to blend that out a little bit more so it's less harsh. For my brows, I'm going to be using the Benefit Brow. This is like a kind of like a pomade, but it's like a gel version. So it is good to spray a little bit of Fix Plus in there beforehand and then use it like that. I just find it so much easier to apply. So I'm literally just going to fill in my brows with this. To highlight the inner corners of my eyes, I'm going to be using this white eyeshadow by MUA. It's in the shade Pearl, and I'm just going to be picking up quite a generous amount and popping that right into my inner tear duct. I'm going to be taking that quite far up into the corners of the nose, just so it accentuates the nose contour even more. And then to highlight my face, I'm going to be using the Pro Illuminate by Makeup Revolution. And I'm going to be highlighting my cheekbones. Just applying this in small circular motions, just to help blend it out. And then I'm just taking a smaller, precise shader brush. And then I'm going to be highlighting the end of my nose. And then down the bridge, kind of like an exclamation point. And then on my Cupid's bow as well. For lips, I'm going to be lining them with my MAC Subculture lip liner. And then for lip gloss, I'm going to be using the Dose of Colours Undressed. So this is the finished result. I hope you guys enjoyed this easy Christmas Day makeup tutorial. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up if you did, and please don't forget to subscribe. Also, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. I'll leave it linked down below.